Hello everyone, my name is Tracy Penn and this is my time series presentation for week 9 of the DATA620 course. For this project, I chose to attempt to answer a personal question. So as we currently live in Europe, upon returning to the States, most likely to Tennessee, the question is, which city in Tennessee is the most financially feasible when considering our move? I chose to examine the 5 largest meaning most populous cities in Tennessee for this analysis. In this analysis, we examine several factors that affect the economy within a city. We're going to start with population. Here we see that of these cities, Nashville, Memphis, Knoxville, Clarksville, and Chattanooga. Nashville has, you can see, is the most populous city in Tennessee, and is generally trending upward in population. We see that there was a loss of people within Memphis. Memphis has gone through some hard times here. The other cities are not really all that close in population, and although we're seeing increases here, it's still relatively flat. Going along with that, we examined the birth rates, and we'll see that there is a decrease in birth rates across the board. This is important because when we examine this along with looking at where the population is going, it tells us whether we have people being born into the city or we have migrants and people moving into the city. And here we see that the natural increase is going to be the birth rate minus the death rate to tell you how many people that we have that are currently in the city that the births from current residents are helping to maintain that population. And we see that this is trending down. So there's negative growth, but there's still a positive number. So even though it's getting smaller, we still have from this natural increase number, these are contributing to the current population. Next, we examine the link between education and crime, with the premise that the more educated the populace, the lower the crime rate. So the education shows the percentage of the population with a high school diploma or better, and the crime rate is looking at the total crimes per 1,000 inhabitants. And this is ordered from the greatest to least. And so as far as crime, so we see that at 85% education rate, we have a fairly high crime rate, and this tends to go down as as the education rate goes up. And so we see, Nashville here squarely in the middle, Clarksville, which has the one of the smaller populations, and Knoxville with the lower crime rates. Next, we look at healthcare spending. Where the lower the healthcare cost, the better. Nashville maintains the highest cost at a few hundred per year more than Knoxville, and the others tend to fall in line here. And there's been a steady increase of healthcare costs across the 5 cities. And we'll see here that the average income for Nashville also helps to support that higher cost in healthcare. And generally, there is an increase in average income, but it's slight across the board, including in Nashville. So the cost of living with the median home cost here. So first, we're looking at the cost of living and how that affects the median home cost, or if there's an effect on the median home cost. And we'll see that we have an increase in cost of living almost across the board. This is based on the cost of living index, where 100 is the national average. And so most of these cities are above that national average, um, but not significantly so. Um, However, we see here that even as this increases, the median home price is still outpacing that cost of living, um, that cost of living index for the highest rated city, Nashville here. And when we look at the metrics in summary, we'll see that the median home cost again um, is set to continue to increase. And as someone moving in as a migrant to a city, not owning a home there, the cost of a home increasing doesn't necessarily seem like a good thing. However, as a resident and a homeowner, then the value of your property increasing is definitely a good thing. We see here that the healthcare costs and the cost of living tend to trend the same way for all five cities involved. And when we examine the other economic factors and we look at GDP again for Nashville tends to be trending upward slightly more than the other cities. Interestingly, we'll see that Memphis is expected to see an increase in GDP while maintaining a decrease in the population. This is the opposite here for the population for Nashville, where as we see an increase in GDP, we see an increase in the population, which is show that we have workers to support an increase in the economy. Also notice that we continue to trend down with unemployment rates while having a slight uptick in average income. So considering the increase in GDP, along with the population that helps support that economy, uh, low unemployment rates, and a better average income, along with the increase in housing costs, which again may seem bad, but could also be a good factor if that trend continues. Then, if we choose to move to Tennessee, then Nashville is the most likely candidate. All right. Thank you.